Hello and what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Miguel. You're watching Miguel EDC, the channel where we talk everything EDC gear here. And today we're checking out this Vosteed knife that just came in. Vosteed is running a special promotion right now. I'll put the details in the description and the pinned comments. And they sent me in this model for me to check out and share with you guys. So I wanted to share my raw first impressions getting this guy out of the box. So without further ado, we'll get into it. And I think based on the model that this is, I believe we're checking out the Vosteed Corgi. This is the full-size Corgi in the orange G10 handle, 14C28N B blasted stonewash finish. So it's only fitting to use the Corgi Pup, that is the smaller version of this guy, right? My first Corgi in the channel. Of course, this knife and every other knife that you see in this video will be linked down below. So if you're interested in checking prices, availability, variants, and all that good stuff, then definitely check those links in the description and pinned comments. Right, in the box we have the typical Vosteed warranty, how to maintain, right, things like that, safety, all those good stuff. Well, Vosteed support, etc. And we got the Corgi sticker there as well. All new Vosteeds here coming in this brand new pouch here with the sort of Velcro section. Right, already get a Vosteed Velcro there by default, and it is a zipper pouch, so you know your knife is nice and protected on there. Now, we got the orange going on this one. That's going to be interesting. Of course, your wiping cloth, Vosteed branded, right? Orange Vosteed color on the inside there. The typical stuff. So, let's take a look at this guy, right? Don't have a lot of knives in orange. And I think this orange here definitely pops for sure. We have, I mean, just as elegant as the smaller guy, but obviously in a little bigger size. So we're going to be doing some size comparisons, obviously, here in just a moment. Give her a nice little wipe here, right? Gonna wipe away some of those oils out of the box, if you would. But yeah, this is one thing the Corgi has going for it for sure, is that elegant design, right? This thing has a deep pocket carry clip, right? Not the deepest, but definitely deep enough. It is reversible with a flipper tab on the other side. I want to say I'm not sure. This one has maybe a little bit of a something there. I'm gonna have to wipe off later. It's a little bit of a darker something on the handle there, but other than that, we have the section here towards the top, so kind of like a nice little shield situation there with your pivot, captive screw, and the actual button. You get the jimp sort of diamond pattern button, if you would, so that kind of adds additional grip there as well. And yeah, aside from that, I mean, it's just a very elegant knife because the blade itself tucks into the handle there pretty much 100% of the way. So we do have exposed liners, a nice interesting G10 backspacer back here, providing you with your lanyard solution so you don't have a big ugly hole right there in the front of the knife. So that's definitely the right way to go. But if you guys are ready, I'm ready. Let's go ahead and get this thing open here. Well, bam, right? Okay, right out of the box. I mean, this thing is tuned pretty good. Feeling a little bit of maybe, yeah, lock stick on the way in, but maybe that's just, you know, breaking the knife in a little bit. Again, this is just an unboxing, first impressions, not a review video. I do carry my knives for about, you know, maybe a week or two or so, try to gather as much feedback as I possibly can, and then I drop a comprehensive review here on the channel. So if you're not yet subscribed, this would be a great time to do so. I make knife and EDC content like this on a daily basis, and you would not be disappointed. Also, smash that like button while you're down there. It helps the channel with the YouTube algorithm. So different deployment options you got on here. Of course, you got the back flipper. You probably saw me use that a couple of times. This thing has, you know, one of the best front flippers in the business. All right, that's looking pretty good. And then, of course, you can use the button as a deployment method, as well as, of course, using it as a closing method. All right, so that's looking pretty good. Very nice, really good alignment there. Blade smack in the middle. My ergonomics on this thing are as good as it gets, really. Pocket clip is comfortable. This is Vosteed standard pocket clip. You see it in many models. For example, the Vosteed Raccoon. Now, ergonomically speaking, right, this is a, you know, the bigger full-size version of the Corgi, so definitely accommodates my average size hands, not the biggest of hands or smallest of hands. So definitely I'm able to get a full purchase here. I'm not locked into any specific position, so I can probably grip as far back as back here, maybe a little bit forward as well, right? So that's looking pretty good. The finish on the blade is this bead blasted finish, so that's also looking pretty elegant, to be honest. If you take a look, this thing is a flat grind, you know, drop point blade, looking really sweet. Of course, 14C28N, everyone's favorite budget steel these days, corrosion resistant. and also takes a pretty good edge and stays sharp, you know, pretty good decent time. Vosteed logo on this side, right? Drop shot action there on the close. So yeah, a little bit of, you know, feel like the button stick a little bit on the close only. I'll have to keep an eye on that. It might go away after I break it in a little bit, but I don't feel it as much if I just deploy with the button there like that. It's when I, bam, either front flip it or, you know, use the back flipper there. Which, by the way, you can, if you were to light switch it, let's see. Well, actually, no. Push button it is what's going to get you to fill it. So you can't, I guess, it really depends. Honestly, with this one is you just want to get your finger out of the way fast enough, because you don't want, you know, this other section of the blade here to be blocked off by your finger. So you just do a sweeping motion like this, right? You should be good to go. So yeah, this thing is looking pretty sweet, to say the least. Let me go ahead and bring out the smaller brother here, the Corgi Pup, right? Smaller version of the Corgi. Right, this one's been in the channel here for a hot minute, right? Same sort of, you can see how they pulled it off, right? So basically a shorter blade. As far as filler tab and you know, buttons and sizes, all those stay the same on the smaller version. You get a bigger handle on this one, obviously, and a bigger blade. So, I mean, if the Corgi Pup was too small for you, guess what? They make a bigger version of it, right? There you go. And I'm going to go ahead and toss in here the, of course, very popular Vosteed Raccoon, right? So the Corgi is going to be a little bit shorter than the Raccoon, right? Also a little bit of a narrower blade, right? The drop point is a little bit more gradual, right? Not as pronounced as on the Raccoon right here. And it definitely has, as you would expect, a pokey tip there, as you can imagine. So that's looking pretty good. Let's go ahead and check a few other models here. Got the Kizer Varatas right there. That's going to be a little bit bigger. The CJRB Hectare Alt, right? It's also going to be a little bit bigger as well, right? Nothing crazy. Definitely a good size for EDC, no doubt. There's your Civivi Vision FG, your Kizer Militaw, right? Those are going to be a slightly bigger size. So I want to say these guys are borderline large, maybe extra large. This guy is, you know, medium large. Definitely in that large category. Probably a little too big to be a medium, but probably too short to be an extra large. So I'll just go with large. Here's the Demko AD 20.5. So it's definitely around that 80 20.5 size. All right. But, you know, just a little bit shorter. The Shark Cub here is a little bit shorter than the Corgi. Right. Hopefully you own some of these knives, right? That's kind of the whole purpose of this portion, is just to give you a ballpark. Hopefully you own some of these. And last but not least, the Spidey brothers. Here we have the Manix 2 from Spyderco and the Yojimbo 2 from Spyderco. Right, so some of these knives that I use as, or all of these knives that I use as size comparison knives are also linked down below. These are some of my favorite EDC knives that I own. So let's go ahead and do our scientific cutting test, shall we? Got a piece of textbook paper, right? Section 2, liability coverage, right? Let's go ahead and see how this guy does with paper. Of course, we have, again, 14C, 28N. I do believe there are other more premium versions available also. Right, take a look, a little bit swirly, right? All kinds of swirls going on there. Bam, right? This thing is wicked sharp out of the box. That is one thing Vosteed does really well. Haven't had any issues with any knives from Vosteed coming in dull or not being sharp enough, right? They definitely are really good sharp out of the box, without a doubt. You also have a good sharpening choil situation here, so you'll be able to sharpen this guy plenty of times before getting a smile, so that's also good. And as far as cardboard, I got a single wall piece of cardboard here from an Amazon box. Remember, when cutting cardboard, don't cut perpendicular, but like at an angle, right? And it's gonna look something like this. Here we go. Boom, bam. And I'm doing it a little bit slower so you guys can see it in action, right? The obviously benefit of this guy over the Corgi Pup is you have a longer cutting length, right? But of course, you do want to check your local laws. You want to be very aware of what size sharp tool you can carry on your person, right? Depending on where you live. Bam, boom, right? It is a flat grind. It's going to be a very slicey blade, as you would expect. So, yeah, definitely going to go through that cardboard like nobody's business, right? After I'm done, I'll give it a nice little wipe here. Doesn't seem like I'll need to take out the break-free CLP, But if I did want to wipe or clean my blade from any gunk or buildup or whatever that gets on there, basically, especially when you cut boxes that have a lot of tape and glue and stuff like that, brake CLP is the way to go. A lot of you guys have been asking in the comments. This is what I use, right? I'll have this link down below, right? This is a cleaner, lubricant, and preservative as well. Been using this stuff since day one, and it definitely does the job. Just pour a couple of drops there, right? Use your fingers to wipe it, right? Rub it back and forth, and then you just wipe it off after a few, maybe 30 seconds, a minute, and you're good to go. That blade is spanking new, super clean after that. So you guys rate this guy in the comments, right? On a scale from 1 through 10, how sharp is this guy? How much of an edge does it come with out of the box, right? Let me know in the comment section. So there you have it, guys. Just a quick unboxing, first reactions on this knife here, the Corgi from Vosteed. Of course, this is the full-size version, right? They later dropped the mini Corgi, which is the smaller version as well. Got a chance to check this one out first. Now I'm checking out the bigger counterpart, and so it's looking pretty good. I mean, I absolutely been loving carrying the mini Corgi Pup, so I can tell you, right, I'm definitely gonna enjoy carrying this guy. Hopefully the sort of lock stick, you'll probably hear it, right, as it breaks in, right? Don't feel that on the, see, on the mini. Yeah, the mini, I want to say I don't remember having any lock stick, and if it, you know, if that was the case, it definitely went away, that's for sure. So yeah, no lock stick on this one. A little bit of lock stick on this guy, but I'm sure that might go away here. So definitely stay tuned for the review, guys. If you're not yet subscribed, this would be a great time to do so, right? And make knife and EDC content like this on a daily basis. I promise you it'll be worth coming back for more. Also, smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm. It is absolutely free, helps this video reach a larger audience. Again, Vosteed has a special promotion going on right now. I'll put those details in the pinned comments and description as well for you guys to check that out. Take advantage of it. Shout out to Vosteed for sending this one in. Highly appreciated. Shout out to my Patreon supporters right there on screen. You guys can support the channel on Patreon or right here on YouTube by becoming a channel member. You'll get access to exclusive perks. Also, shout out to you guys for making it to this point in the video. If you did, you are the real MVP. I really appreciate your love and support for the content I create in this channel. It really means a ton to me. Check out these other two videos on these other two Vosteed models on the screen. Chances are you're going to love one, if not the other, if not both. Thank you so much for your love and support. Take care, and I'll see you on the next video, either this one or this one. Peace.